battle's lost and won.
That will be ere the set of sun.
Where the place? On the heath.
There to meet with Macbeth.
I come, Grimalkin. Paddock calls.
Anon. There's foul despair through the fog and filthy air.
What bloody man is that? We can report, as seemeth by his plight, of the revolt, the latest state.
Hail, brave friend. Say to the king the knowledge of the broil as thou didst leave it.
Doubtful it stood. The merciless MacDonald of the Western Isles of soldiers and warriors is supplied. But all is too weak. For brave Macbeth, well, he deserves that name. Disdaining fortune with his brandished steel, smoked with bloody execution, carved out his passage, till he faced the slave. He ne'er shook hands, nor bade farewell to him, till he unseamed him from the nave to the chops and fixed his head upon our battlements. Mark, King of Scotland, mark. No sooner justice had with valor armed compelled these skipping warriors to trust their heels, but the Norwegian lord, surveying vantage, began a fresh assault.
Dismayed this not our captains, Macbeth and Banquo?
I must report they were as cannons, overcharged with double cracks. So they doubly redoubled strokes upon the foe.
So well thy words become thee, as thy wounds, they smack of honor both. Go, get him surgeons. Who comes here?
The worthy Thane of Ross.
God save the king.
Whence camest thou, worthy Thane?
From Fife, great king, where the Norwegian banners flout the sky and fan our people cold. Norway himself, with terrible numbers, assisted by that most disloyal traitor, the Thane of Cawdor, began a dismal conflict, till that brave Macbeth, lacked in proof, confronted him with self-comparisons, point against point, rebellious arm against arm, curbing his lavish spirit. And, to conclude, the victory fell on us. And now, Sweno, the Norway's king, craves composition, nor would we deign him burial of his men, till he dispersed at St. Combs Inch $10,000 for our general use.
That Thane of Cawdor shall no more deceive our bosom interests. Go, and pronounce his present death, and with his title, Great Macbeth.
I'll see it done.
What he hath lost, noble Macbeth hath won.
Where hast thou been, sister? Killing swine.
Sister, where thou?
A sailor's wife had chestnuts in her lap, and mounched and mounched and mounched. Give me, quoth I. All right, bewitch, the rope-fed runyon cried. Her husband's to Aleppo gone, master of the tiger. And in a sieve off through the sail, and like a rat without a tail, I'll do, and I'll do, and I'll do. I'll give thee a wind. Thou art kind.
And I another.
And I myself have all the other. And the very ports they blow, all the corners that they know when the shipments come. shall never night or day hang upon his penthouse lid. He shall live a man forbid. Weary 7 nights times 9 shall he dwindle, peak and pine. Though his rack cannot be lost, yet it shall be tempest tossed. Oh, look what I have.
Show me. Show me.
Here I have a pilot's thumb. Racked his homeward he did come.
A drum. Macbeth doth come.
The weird sisters, hand in hand, posters of the sea and land, thus do go about, thrice to thine, and thrice to mine, and thrice again to make up 9.
Peace. The charm's wound up.
So foul and fair a day I have not seen.
What are these? So withered and so wild in their attire, they look not like inhabitants of earth, and yet are on it. Live you? Or are you aught that man may question? You seem to understand me, for each at once her chopped finger laying upon her skinny lip. You should be women, and yet your beards forbid me to interpret that you are so.
Speak if you can. What are you?
Hail, Macbeth. Hail to thee, vein of gums.
All hail, Macbeth. Hail to thee, Thane of Cawdor.
All hail, Macbeth. Thou shalt be king hereafter.
In the name of truth, are ye fantastical, or that indeed which outwardly ye show? My noble partner, you greet with present grace and great prediction of royal having and noble hope to me. You speak not. If you can read the seeds of time and say which grain will grow and which will not, speak then to me, who neither beg nor fear your favors nor your hate.
Hail.
Hail.
Lesser than Macbeth, but greater.
Not so happy, yet much happier.
Thou shalt get kings, though thou be none. So all hail Macbeth and Banquo.
Banquo and Macbeth. All hail.
Stay! You imperfect speakers, tell me more. By my father's death, I know I am Thane of Glamis, but how of Cawdor? Thane of Cawdor lives, a prosperous gentleman. Say from whence you owe this strange intelligence, and why upon this blasted heath you stop our way with such prophetic greeting. Speak! I charge you!
The earth hath bubbles as the water has, and these are of them. Whither are they vanished?
Into the air.
Your children shall be kings.
You shall be king.
And Thane of Cawdor too. Was it not so?
To the self-same tune and word. Who's here?
The king have happily received, Macbeth, the news of thy success. As thick as tale came post with post, and everyone did bear thy praises in his kingdom's great defense, and poured them down before him. And, for an earnest of a greater honor, he bade me from him call thee Thane of Cawdor. In which addition, hail, most worthy Thane, for it is thine.
What? May the devil speak true.
The Thane of Cawdor lives. Why do you dress me in borrowed robes?
Who was Thane lives yet, but under heavy judgment bears that life which he deserves to lose. Whether he was combined with those of Norway, or did line the rebel with hidden help and vantage, or that with both did he labor in his country's wrack, I know not. But treason's capital, confessed and proved, have overthrown him.
Glamis and Thane of Cawdor. The greatest is behind. Thanks for your pains.
Do you not hope your children shall be kings, when those that gave the Thane of Cawdor to me promised no less to them?
That, a trusted home might yet enkindle you to the crown besides the Thane of Cawdor, but 'tis strange. And oftentimes, to win us to our harms, the instruments of darkness tell us truths. Win us with honest trifles, to betray us in deepest consequence. Cousin, a word, I pray you.
Two truths are told as happy prologues to the swelling act of the imperial theme. Supernatural soliciting cannot be ill, cannot be good. If ill, why hath it given me earnest of success, commencing in a truth? I am Thane of Cawdor. If good, why do I yield to that suggestion, whose horrid image doth unfix my hair and make my seated heart knock at my ribs against the use of nature? Present fears are less than horrible imaginings. My thought, whose murder yet is but fantastical, so shakes my single state of man that function is smothered in surmise, and nothing is but what is not. If chance will have me king, why chance may crown me without my stir.
Worthy Macbeth, we stay upon your leisure.
Give me your favor. My dull brain was wrought with things forgotten. Let us toward the king. Think upon what hath chanced. And more time the interim having waited, let us speak our free hearts each to other.
Very gladly.
Till then, enough. Come, friend.
Is execution done on Cawdor? Are not those in commission yet returned?
My liege, they're not yet come back, but I have spoke with one that saw him die, who did report that very frankly he confessed his treasons, implored your highness pardon, and set forth a deep repentance. Nothing in his life became him like believing it. He died as one that had been studied in his death. To throw away the dearest thing he owed, as 'twere a careless trifle.
There is no art to finding the mind's construction in the face. He was a gentleman on whom I built an absolute trust. The worthiest cousin, the sin of my ingratitude was heavy upon me. Thou art so far before that the swiftest wing of recompense is slow to overtake thee. Only I have left to say that more is thy due than more than all can pay.
The service and the loyalty that I owe in doing it pays itself. Your highness' part is to receive our duties, and our duties are to your throne, state, children, and servants, who do but what they should, by doing all that is safe toward your love and honor.
Welcome hither, noble Banquo. Thou hast no less deserved, nor less to have heard, nor less to have done so. Let me enfold thee and hold thee to mine heart. So there if I grow, the harvest is your own. Sons, kinsmen, thanes, and you whose places are nearest, know that we will establish our estate upon our eldest MALCOM, whom we name hereafter the Prince of Cumberland, which honor must not unaccompanied be, but deeds of nobleness, like stars, shall shine upon all deservers. Hence to Inverness, and bind us nearer to thee.
The rest is labor, which is not used for you. I'll be myself the harbinger and make joyful the hearing of my wife with your approach. So humbly take my leave.
My worthy Cawdor.
The Prince of Cumberland. That is a step on which I must fall down, or else so leap, for in my way it lies. Stars, hide your fires. Let not light see my black and deep desires.
Ah, true worthy Banquo. He is full so valiant, and in his commendations I am fed. It's a banquet to me. Let us after him, whose care has gone before us to bid us welcome. He's a peerless kinsman.
They met me in the day of success, and I have learned by the perfectest report they have more in them than mortal knowledge. When I burned in desire to question them further, they made themselves air, into which they vanished. Whiles I stood, wrapped in the wonder of it, came missives from the king, who all hails me Thane of Cawdor, by which title, before, these weird sisters saluted me, and referred me to the coming on of time with hail, King, that shall be. This have I thought good to deliver thee, my dearest partner of greatness, that thou mightst not lose the dues of rejoicing by being ignorant of what greatness is promised thee. Lay it to thy heart in farewell. Glamis thou art, and Cawdor, and shalt be what thou art promised. Yet do I fear thy nature. It is too full of the milk of human kindness to catch the nearest way. Thou wouldst be great, art not without ambition, but without the illness should attend it. What thou wouldst highly, that wouldst thou holily, wouldst not play false. And yet, wouldst wrongly win. Hie thee hither, that I may pour my spirits in thine ear, and chastise with the valor of my tongue all that impedes thee from the golden round, which fate and metaphysical aid doth seem to have thee crowned withal. What is your tidings?
The king comes here tonight.
Thou art mad to say it. Is not thy master with him? Who, were it so, would have informed for preparation?
So please you, it is true. Our Thane is coming. One of my fellows had the speed of him, who almost dead for breath, and scarcely more than would make up his message.
But give him tending, he brings great news. The raven himself is hoarse, that croaks the fatal entrance of Duncan under my battlements. Come, you spirits that tend on mortal thoughts, unsex me here, and fill me from the crown to the toe, top full of direst cruelty. Make thick my blood. Stop up the access and passage to remorse, that no compunctious visitings of nature shake my fell purpose, nor keep peace between the effect and it. Come to my woman's breasts, and take my milk for gall. You murdering ministers, wherever in your sightless substances you wait on nature's mischief. Come, thick night, and pall thee in the dullest smoke of hell, that my keen knife see not the wounded banks, nor heaven peep through the blanket of the dark to cry, hold! Hold! Great glance, worthy, Cawdor, greater than both by the all-hail hereafter. Oh, thy letters have transported me beyond this ignorant present, and I feel now the future in the instant.
My dearest love, Duncan comes here tonight.
And when goes hence?
Tomorrow, as he purposes.
Oh, never shall sun that morrow see. Your face, my thane, is as a book where men may read strange matters. To beguile the time, look like the time. Bear welcome in your eye, your hand, your tongue. Look like the innocent flower, but be the serpent unnourished. He that's coming must be provided for. And you shall put this night's great business into my dispatch, which shall, to all our nights and days to come, give solely sovereign sway and masterdom.
We will speak further.
Only look up clear. To alter favor ever is to fear. Leave all the rest to me.
See, honored hostess.
All our service in every point twice done, and then done double. We're poor and single business to contend against those honors deep and broad, wherewith your majesty loads our house.
Give me thy hand, lead me to mine host. We love him highly, and shall continue our graces towards him. By your leave, hostess.
If it were done. When 'tis done, 'twere well it were done quickly. The assassination could trammel up the consequence and catch with his surcease success. But this blow might be the be-all and the end-all here. But here, on this bank and shoal of time, we jump the life to come. In these cases, we still have judgment here, that we but teach bloody instruction, which, being taught, returns to plague the inventor. This even-handed justice commends the ingredients of our poisoned chalice to our own lips. He's here in double trust. First, as I am his kinsman and his subject, both strong against the deed. As his host, who should, against his murderer, shut the door, not bear the knife myself. Besides, this Duncan hath borne his faculties so meek, has been so clear in his great office, that his virtues will plead like angels, trumpet-tongued against the deep damnation of his taking off. Pity, like a naked newborn babe striding the blast, or heaven's cherubim horsed upon the sightless couriers of the air, shall blow the hard deed in every eye. The tears shall drown the wind. I have no spur to prick the sides of my intent. but only vaulting ambition, which o'erleaps itself and falls on the other. How now? What news?
He has almost supped. Why have you left the chamber?
Hath he asked for me?
Know you not he has.
We will proceed no further in this business. He hath honored me of late, and I have but golden opinions from all sorts of people, which would be worn now in their newest gloss, not cast aside so
What's
soon.
the hope? Drunk, wherein you dressed yourself. Hath it slept since, and wakes it now to look so green and pale at what it did so freely? From this time, such I account thy love. Art thou afeared to be the same in thine own act and valor as thou art in desire? Wouldst thou have that which thou esteems the ornament of life, and live a coward in thine own esteem, letting I dare not wait upon I would?
Prithee, peace! I dare do all that may become a man who dares do more is not.
What beast was it then that made you break this enterprise to me? When you durst do it, then you were a man. And to be more than what you were, you would be so much more the man. I have given suck, and know how tender 'tis to love the babe that milks me. I would, while it was smiling in my face, have plucked my nipple from its boneless gums and dashed the brains out, had I so sworn as you have done to this.
If we should fail!
We fail. But screw your courage to the sticking place and will not fail. When Duncan is asleep, whereto the rather shall his day's hard journey soundly invite him, his 2 chamberlains will I, with wine and wassail so, convince that memory, the warder of the brain, shall be a fume. When in swinish sleep their drenched natures lie as in a death. What cannot you and I perform upon the unguarded Duncan? What not put upon his spongy officers who shall bear the guilt of our great quell?
Bring forth men, children only. For thy undaunted metal should compose nothing but males. Will it not be received when we have marked with blood the sleepy tool of his own chamber and used their very daggers that they have done it?
Who dares receive it other? As we shall make our griefs and clamor roar upon his death.
I am settled. And bend up each corporal agent to this terrible feat. Away. Mock the time with fairest show. False face must hide. The false heart doth know.
How goes the night, boy?
The moon is down, I have not heard the clock.
And she goes down at 12?
I take it much later, sir.
There's husbandry in heaven. The candles are all out. A heavy summons lies like lead upon me, and yet I would not sleep. Merciful powers restrain in me the cursed thoughts that nature gives way to in repose. Who's here? A friend? What, sir, not yet at rest? The king's abed. He has been in unusual pleasure, and he has sent forth largesse to your offices.
Being unprepared, our will became the servant to defect, which else should free have wrought.
All's well. I dreamt last night of the 3 weird sisters. To you, they have shown some truth.
I think not of them. Yet, when we can entreat an hour to serve, We would spend it in some words upon that business, if you would grant the time.
At your kind's leisure.
Good repose the while.
Thanks, sir. The like to you.
Seaton. Go and bid thy mistress, when my drink is ready, she strike upon the bell. And get thee to bed. Is this a dagger which I see before me? A handle. The war in my hand. Come, let me clutch thee. I have thee not, yet I see thee still. Art thou not, fatal vision, sensible to feeling as to sight? Or art thou but the dagger of the mind? False creation proceeding from the heat oppressed brain. I see thee yet. Stone as powerful as this which now I draw. How much was me to me that I was going? And such an instrument I was to use. My eyes are made the fools of the other senses. Where else worth all the rest? I see thee still! And on thy blade and dudgeon, gouts of blood which was not so before! There's no such thing. It is the bloody business that informs thus to mine eyes. Now, over one half world, nature seems dead, and wicked dreams abuse, the curtains sleep, and withered murder, alarmed by his sentinel the wolf, whose hounds his watch thus with his stealthy pace moves like a ghost. Thou sure and firm set earth, hear not my steps, which way they walk, for fear thy very stones prate of my whereabout, and takes the present horror from the time which now suits with it. Whiles I threat, he lives. Words to the heat of deeds, too cold, breath give. I go and it is done. The bell invites me. Hear it not, Duncan, for it is a knell which summons thee to heaven. Or to hell.
That which hath made them drunk hath made me bold. What hath quenched them hath given me fire. Peace. It was the owl that shrieked, the fatal bellman which gives the sternest good night. is about it. The doors are open, and the surfeited grooms do mock their charge with snores. I have drugged their posits that death and nature do contend about them, whether they live or die.
Who's that?
I am afraid they have awaked, and 'tis not done. The attempt and not the deed confounds us. And laid their daggers ready. He could not miss it. Had he not resembled my father as he slept, I had done it. Oh, my husband!
I have done the deed. Does I not hear a noise?
I heard the owl scream and the crickets cry. Did not you speak?
When?
Now!
As I descended.
I...
This is a sorry sight.
A foolish thought to say, sorry sight.
As one did laugh in his sleep, and another cried murder, that they did wake each other. I stood and heard them. But they did say their prayers and addressed them again to sleep.
There are two lodged together.
One cried, God bless us, and amen the other, as they had seen me with these hangman's hands. Listening their fears, I could not say amen when they did say God bless us.
Consider it not so deeply.
Wherefore could not I pronounce amen? I had most need of blessing, and amen stuck in my throat.
These deeds must not be thought after these ways, so it will make us mad.
I thought I heard a voice cry, sleep no more. Macbeth does murder sleep. The innocent sleep. Sleep that knits up the raveled sleeve of care, the death of each day's life, sore labor's bath, balm of hurt minds, great nature's second course, chief nourishment in life's
What do you mean?
Still I cried, sleep no more to all the house. Glamis hath murdered sleep, and therefore Cawdor shall sleep no more. Macbeth shall sleep no more.
Who was it that thus cried? Why, worthy Thane, you do unbend your noble strength to think so brain-sickly of things. Go, get some water and wash this filthy witness from your hand. Why did you bring these daggers from the place? They must lie there. Go, carry them and smear the sleepy grooms with blood.
I'll go no more. Afraid to think what I have done. Look on again, I dare not.
Infirm of purpose! Give me the daggers. The sleeping and the dead are but as pictures. 'Tis the eye of childhood that fears a painted devil. If he do bleed, I'll smear the faces of the grooms with all, for it must seem their guilt.
Whence is that knocking? Host with me when every noise appalls me. What hands are here? They pluck out mine eyes. Will all great Neptune's ocean wash this blood clean from my hand? No. This my hand will rather. The multitudinous seas in Conadine, making the green one red.
My hands are of your color, but I shame to wear a heart so white. You're knocking at the south entry. Retire we to our chamber. A little water clears us of this deed. How easy is it then? Your constancy hath left you unattended. Oh, more knocking. Go, get on your nightgown, lest occasion call us and show us to be watchers. Be not lost so poorly in your thoughts.
To know my deed, were best not know myself. Wake, Duncan, with thy knocking. I wouldst thou come.
Here's a knocking indeed. Okay. Oh, I'm up. Good morning. To be or not to be drunk? That is the question. To be. Oh, it's stop that. Okay. If a man were porter to Hell Gate, and stay with me now, he should have turning the key. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there? In the name of Beelzebub. Faith, here's a farmer who hanged herself on the expectation of plenty. Come in time, farmer. Have napkins enow about you. Here, you'll sweat for it. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there? In the name of the other devil. Faith, here's an equivocator who could swear in both the scales against either scale, who committed treason enough for God's sake, but could not equivocate herself to heaven. Oh, so sad. Give her the napkin. She's crying. Oh, my goodness. These are my props. I'm going to keep them. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there? Faith. Here is an English tailor. What brings thou to my fiery gate, tailor? Into the feather, please. Whoa, for stealing? Oh, well, that's not so. But what's this behind your ear there? Oh, stealing out of a French hose! Naughty, tailor, naughty! Come in time, tailor. Here you may roast your goose. Knock, knock, knock. What are you? This place is too cold for hell. I'm keeping these. I had thought to let in some of all professions that go the primrose way to the everlasting bonfire. Anon, anon. Better not be MACDUFF. Oh, God. I mean, come in, come in. I pray you remember the porter.
It's so late, friend. If you went to bed that you do lie so late.
Faith, sir, we were carousing till the second cock, and drink, sir, is a great provoker of 3 things. Whoopsies!
And, what 3 things does drink especially provoke?
Marry, sir, nose painting, sleep, and urine. Steady stream tonight, boys. Okay. Lechery, sir. Oh, whoopsies! No peeking. Lechery, sir. It provokes and unprovokes. It provokes the desire, but takes away the performance. Therefore, much drinking may be said to be an equivocator with lechery, huh? I said that earlier. Quiet! You're not real! It makes him, and it mars him. It sets him on and takes him off and persuades him and disheartens him, makes him stand to and not stand to. In conclusion, equivocates him in sleep and giving him the lie, leaves him. Whoa, okay.
believe the drink gave thee the lie last night.
That it did, sir, right in the very throat on me. But I requited him for his lie, and I think being too strong for him, though he did take up my legs sometime, I made a shift to cast.
Oh, God! Him out!
Is thy master stirring? The knocking's awaked him, here he comes.
Tomorrow, noble sir.
Good morning, both. Is the king stirring, worthy thane?
Not yet.
I shall make so bold to call, for it is my limited service.
No, I wouldn't go over.
I think he stood in it. By it, I mean the pea. Shouldn't I have that asparagus? Goes the king hence today?
He does. He did appoint so.
The night has been unruly. Where we lay, our chimneys blown down, and, as they say, lamentings heard in the air, strange screams of death.
It was a rough night. Oh, horror! Horror! Horror!
What's the matter?
Confusion now hath made his masterpiece. Most sacrilegious murder hath broke open the Lord-anointed temple and stolen hence the life of the building.
What is you say, the life?
He knew his majesty.
Approach the chamber. Do not bid me speak. See! And speak for yourselves. Awake! Awake! Ring the alarm bell! Murder! Treason!
What's the business that such a hideous trumpet calls to parley the sleepers of the house? Speak! Speak!
Witted lady, it's not for you to hear what I can speak. Repetition and always hear with murder is fell. Our royal master is murdered.
Whoa. Oh, alas! What in our house?
Too cruel anywhere. Dear doth, I prithee, contradict thyself and say it is not so.
Had I but died an hour before this chance, I had lived a blessed time. For from this instant, nothing serious in mortality.
What is amiss?
You are, but you don't know it. The spring, the head, the fountain of your blood is stopped. The very source of it is stopped.
Your royal father is murdered.
Oh, by whom?
Those of his chamber seems to have done it. Their hands and their faces were all bashed with blood, as were their daggers, which unwiped we found upon their pillows.
Oh, yet I do repent me of my fury that I did kill them.
Wherefore did you so? Who can be wise, amazed, temperate and furious, loyal and neutral in a moment? No man! The expedition of my violent love outrun the pauser, reason. Here lay Duncan, his silver skin laced with his golden blood. His gash and stabs look like a breach in nature for ruin's wasteful entrance. They're the murderers steeped in the colors of their trade, their daggers unmannerly breached with gore. Who could refrain that had a heart to love?
and in that heart courage to make his love known.
Oh, yes!
Look to the lady! Once we have our naked frailties hid, and suffer in exposure, let us meet. Question this most bloody piece of work to know it further.
Let us briefly put on manly readiness and meet in the hall together.
This murderous shaft that shot hath not yet lighted, and my safest way is to avoid the aim. I'll to England. There's daggers in men's smiles.
It's known who did this more than bloody deed.
Those that Macbeth hath slain.
Alas, the day. What good could they pretend?
They were suborned. Malcolm, the king's son, is stolen away and fled, which puts upon him suspicion of the deed.
Then 'tis most like the sovereignty will fall upon Macbeth.
He's already named. He's gone to Scone to be invested.
Will you to Scone?
No. No, cousin. All to Fife.
Well, I will thither.
May you see things well done there. Adieu. Lest our old robes sit easier than our new.
Thou hast it now. King, Cawdor, Glamis, all! As the weird women promised. And I fear thou playest most foully for it. And yet it was said it should not stand in thy posterity, but that myself should be the root and father of many kings. If there come truth from them, their speeches, as for thee, Macbeth, their speeches shine. Why, by the viridities of thee made good, may they not be my oracles as well, and set me up in hope? Hush. No more.
Here's our chief guest.
If he had been forgotten, it had been as a gap in our great feast, and all thing unbecoming.
Tonight, we'll hold a solemn supper, sir. I request your presence.
Let your highness command upon me, to the which my duties are with a most indissoluble tie, forever knit.
Ride you this afternoon?
Aye, my good lord.
Should have else desired your good advice in the State's Council, but we'll take tomorrow. Is it far you ride?
As far, my lord, that'll fill the time twixt this and supper.
Fail not our feast.
I will not, my lord.
We hear our bloody cousin Malcolm is bestowed to England, not confessing his cruel patricide, filling his hearers with strange invention. But of that tomorrow. Hie to horse, adieu!
Ghost Leon's with you.
Aye, my good lord. Our time does call upon us.
I wish your horses swift and surefoot. Farewell. Let every man be master of his time till 7 at night. To make society the sweeter welcome, we will keep ourselves till supper time alone. Well then, God be with you. Seton will word with you. Attend those men, our pleasure.
They are, my lord, without the palace gate.
Bring them before us. To be thus is nothing but to be safely thus. Our fears and banquo stick deep. There's none but he whose being I do fear. He chid the sisters when first they put the name of king upon me, and bade them speak to him. Then prophet-like they held him father to a line of kings. Upon my head they placed a fruitless crown, and put a barren scepter in my grip, no son of mine succeeding. If it be so, for Banquo's issue have I defiled my mind. For them, the gracious Duncan, I have murdered. Only for them. One eternal jewel given to the common enemy of man to make them kings. The seed of Banquo. Kings! Rather than so, come fate into the list and champion me to the utterance. Who's there? Was it not? Yesterday we spoke together.
It was. So please, Your Highness.
Well then, now. Have you considered of my speeches? Know that it was Banquo in the times past which held you so under fortune, which you thought had been our innocent self.
You made it known to us.
Do you find your patience so predominant in your nature that you can let this go?
I am one, my liege, from the vile blows and buffets of this world, so incensed that I am reckless. What I do to spite the world.
And I, another.
Both of you know. Banquo was your enemy.
True, my lord.
So is he mine. In such bloody distance that every minute of his being thrusts against my nearest of life. And though I could, with barefaced power, sweep him from my sight, yet I must not. And thence it is that I to your assistance do make love, masking the business from the common eye for sundry weighty reasons.
We will, my lord, perform what you command.
Your spirit shine through you. It must be done tonight. And some way from the palace. And with him, Fleance, his son, that keeps him company. Whose absence is no less material to me than is his father's, must embrace the fate of that dark hour.
We are resolved, my lord.
I'll call upon you straight, abide within. It is concluded. Banquo, my soul's flight, if it find heaven, must find it out tonight.
How now, my lord? Why do you keep alone? Things without all remedy should be without regard. What's done is done.
We have scotched the snake, not killed it. She'll heal and be herself, whilst our poor Malice remains in danger of her former tooth. But let the frame of things disjoint, both the worlds suffer, ere we will eat our meal in fear and sleep in the affliction of these terrible dreams that shake us nightly. Better be with the dead, whom we, to gain our peace, have sent to peace, and on the torture of the mind that lies in restless ecstasy. Duncan is in his grave. After life's fitful fever, he sleeps well. Treason has done his worst. No poison nor steel can touch him further.
Come on. Gentle, my lord. Sleek o'er your rugged looks, be bright and jovial among your guests tonight.
So shall I, love, and so I pray be you. Let your remembrance apply to Banquo. Present him eminence both with eye and tongue. Unsafe the while that we must lave our honors in these flattering streams and make our faces visards to our hearts, disguising what they are.
You must leave this!
Oh, full of scorpions is my mind, dear wife. Thou knowest Banquo and his fiance lives.
But in them, nature's copies not etern.
There's comfort yet. They are assailable. Then be thou jocund. Ere the bat hath flown this cloister flight, there shall be done a deed of dreadful note.
What's to be done?
Be innocent of the knowledge, dearest Jock, till thou applaud the deed. Come. Sealing night, scarf up the tender eye of pitiful day, and with thy bloody and invisible hand, cancel and tear to pieces that great bond which keeps me pale. Thou marvelest at my words. Keep thee still. Things bad begun make themselves strong by ill. So, prithee, go with me. You know your own degrees. At first and last, the hearty welcome.
Thanks to your majesty.
Ourself will mingle with society and play the humble host. Our hostess keeps her state, but in best time we will require her welcome.
Pronounce it for me, sir, to all our friends, for my heart speaks they are welcome.
See, they encounter thee with their heart's thanks. Be large in mirth. Anon, we'll drink a measure the table round. There's blood upon thy face.
'Tis Banquo's then.
'Tis better thee without than he within. Is he dispatched?
Aye, my lord. His throat is cut. That I did for him.
Thou art the best of the cutthroats, yet he's good that did the like for Fleance. If thou didst it, thou art the nonpareil.
Your Royal Highness, Fleance is escaped.
Then comes my fit again! I had else been perfect, but now I am cabined, cribbed, confined, bound into saucy doubts and fears. But Banquo's safe.
Aye, my lord, in a trench he now bides, with 20 gashes in his head.
Thanks for that. Get thee gone!
My royal lord, you do not give the cheer.
Sweet remembrance, sir. Good digestion. Wait on appetite and health on both. Oh, here had we now our country's honour roofed, with the graced person of our dear Banquo present, who may I rather challenge for unkindness than pity for mischance.
His absence, sir, lays blame upon his promise. Please it, your highness, to grace us with your royal company. moves your highness?
Which of you have done this?
What, my lord?
Canst not say I did it. Never shake thy glory looks at me!
His highness is not well.
My worthy friends, my lord is often thus, and hath been from his youth. The fit is momentary. Upon a thought, he will again be well. If much you note him, you shall offend him, and extend his passion. Drink and regard him not. Are you a man?
I am both one and table upon that which might appall the devil.
Oh, proper stuff! This is the very meeting of your fear. Shame itself, why do you make such faces?
Prithee, see there! Behold! Look! Lo! How say you?
What point unmanned in folly?
I stand here, I saw him.
Far for shame!
Blood has been shed in. The time has been when the brains were out, the men would die, and there an end. And now they rise again with 20 mortal murders on their crown!
My worthy lord, your noble friends do lack you.
I do forget. Do not muse at me, my most worthy friends. I have a strange infirmity, which is nothing to those that know me. Come! Love and health to all! Give me some wine! Fill full. I drink to the general joy of the whole table, and to our dear friend BANQUO, whom we miss when he were here. To all in him we thirst, and all to all.
Our duties and the pledge.
About to quit my sight! Let thee unhide thee! Thy bones are marrowless, thy blood is cold! Thou hast no speculation in those eyes, and thou the sky with!
This good hears, but as a thing accustomed, 'tis no other, only it spoils the pleasure of the time.
Heads horrible settle! Unreal mockery heads! So, being gone, I am a man again. Where do you keep still?
You have displaced the mirth. At once, good night. Stand not upon the order of your going, but go at once.
Good night. Better health attend his majesty.
A kind good night to all.
It will have blood, they say. Blood will have blood.
What is the night?
Almost at odds with morning. Which is which?
How sayest thou that MACDUFF denies his person and our great bidding?
Did you send to him, sir?
I hear it, by the way, but I will send. There's not one of them but in his house I keep a servant feed. I will tomorrow. And betimes I will. To the weird sisters. More shall they speak. Now I am bent to know, by the worst means the worst. For mine own good, all causes shall give way. My own blood stepped in so far that should I wait no more, returning tedious as go over. Strange things I haven't had that will to hand, which must be acted and they may be scanned.
You lack the season